When a UPS driver went to pick up a package, he saw a strange note on it. Even though he could have ignored it as a prank, he acted quickly. What he did ended up saving a mother and her young child from a terrible experience. Sometimes, it's shocking how love can turn into hate and trust into betrayal. It's hard to understand why someone who once claimed to love another person could hurt them so badly. This is why I want to share the story of James Jordan, who hurt the family he once loved deeply. If it hadn't been for the alert UPS driver, this story might have ended in disaster. One morning, a woman and her son had no idea what was about to happen. The trouble started when a man grabbed his 3-year-old son roughly and locked him in a room without food or water. The boy's mother was heartbroken and begged for mercy, but the man was unfeeling. After dealing with the boy, he gave his mother a menacing look, and she knew she was in danger next. What she couldn't have anticipated was the level of pain he was about to inflict on her. He dragged the woman into her room once again. There are almost no words to describe the physical and mental abuse she had to endure in that room that day. From where the toddler crouched, quivering in fear, he heard all sorts of noises, gasps and cries, as his father inflicted unimaginable pain on his mother, holding her captive in their home near Robertsville. Being a very calculating man, Jordan knew his game would be over if the woman got a chance to contact the outside world, so he took her phone from her. Despite being in such a dire situation, the woman knew she had to save herself and her son. She knew the only way out was to flee the house, but her husband was more cunning than she had given him credit for. He could tell what she was thinking, watching her carefully from the corner of his eye. The moment she made her first move, he trailed her closely. Just as she was about to escape, he caught her, grabbed her hair, and pulled her back into the house. What the man did next made her feel as if she was trapped in a horror movie. Jordan pulled out a pistol, and the situation quickly escalated into a life-threatening event for the woman and her son. Now, she was certain that the man had completely lost his mind, and she knew she was skating on thin ice. She had to act fast. Finally, an idea struck, but for it to work, she needed someone from the outside. Without a phone, there was no way she could contact anyone. So all she could do was sit, panic, and hope for a miracle. That miracle came in the form of a UPS delivery man who came to pick up a package at the house. The woman knew this was her only opportunity to alert the police to her predicament, so she did something desperate and hoped it would work. Before handing the package to the man, she scrawled "Contact 911" on the side of the box. As she approached the door to deliver the package, her husband watched her closely, a gun in his hand. There was no way she could say anything suspicious to the driver. She walked casually to the door, greeted the man cheerfully, and handed the package over to him, hoping the universe would be on her side. Now, the lives of her and her son depended on this driver, who had no idea what was ahead of him. After the door shut behind him, the UPS driver noticed that the couple had gone back inside. As he walked away, he glanced at the package, and then his eyes caught the message the woman had written. When he saw it, he stopped in his tracks. Although he wasn't sure if it was a prank or if the message had been there for a long time, he decided to follow the instructions anyway. In the end, it wouldn't hurt to try, he thought, so he dialed 911. A SWAT team responded to the call immediately. When the woman heard the sirens, she knew she and her son were finally safe. In no time, the team burst into the house, freeing the woman and her son, and took Jordan away in handcuffs. He was later taken into custody and held on a $100,000 bond, facing charges of domestic assault, felonious restraint, and other serious criminal offenses. Afterward, the unnamed UPS driver was credited with saving the lives of the woman and her son. Often, a driver would just collect a package without paying much attention to it, but this man was observant, and 2 people are alive today because of his actions. Just like this man was quite observant during his duty, one nanny also went beyond the call of her duty and rescued a boy from a nightmare. You need to see what she did for yourself. Trust me, these days, one would need a lot of courage to leave their child in the hands of a total stranger. But when you think about the taxes, rents, and bills that need to be paid, one cannot afford to stay indoors for too long to take care of the kids. That's where a nanny comes in handy. So like many couples out there, Mr. and Mrs. Lee also started having trouble balancing work and raising their 3-year-old son. They began their search for a nanny. Needless to say, they didn't just want a babysitter, but someone who could always keep their son safe. After a long search, They finally found a woman named Jenna Lee Baker. Something about her aura made the couple believe she was competent and reliable, so they hoped they wouldn't regret their decision. But not even in their wildest imagination could they have anticipated what this woman would do when their son ran into a dangerous situation.
Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more heartwarming stories.
Which happened one summer in 2017. That day, Jenna went out with the toddler to get some groceries in town. Although there had been no cause for alarm when they left the house, the situation was entirely different when they returned. When Jenna opened the front door, she quickly sensed some kind of danger. Perhaps it was her nanny's instinct or just plain fear. Whatever it was, she knew she had to protect the toddler, who was only seconds away from danger. Just before she could plan her next move, the little boy bolted into the house. Knowing something wasn't right, she pleaded with the boy to get out as fast as he could, but it was almost too late. The next thing she heard scared her out of her wits, pounding footsteps coming down the stairs. Jenna knew the boy's parents weren't home, so she was certain there was an intruder inside the house. Unsure of what the intruder was up to or what he might be holding, she knew she had to save the boy. Terrified but fearless, the brave nanny ran into the house, grabbed the boy, ran out with him, and slammed the front door behind them. She then ran to a neighbor's house, called the police, and anxiously waited for their arrival. Although she wasn't sure what had transpired inside the house, a hidden camera soon revealed shocking details. When the police arrived, they calmed Dennis's fears, and thanks to the CCTV that Jonathan Light had installed, everything the intruder did was captured. The footage showed that the burglar had gained entry into the house by shattering the back door's window. Once inside, he'd ransacked the couple's belongings, even going into the toddler's room and taking the family's valuables. They also found something very unsettling. The intruder didn't seem to be alone, as he was frequently on his cell phone. Even though the police chased after the intruder following Jenna's call, they couldn't catch him. They did have a clear description of him from the CCTV footage. Jenna is still terrified by what could have happened if she had come face to face with the intruder. No one knows what he might have done, but despite the scare, Jenna continues to love her job and care for the boy. The incident actually brought her and the child closer. The Light family is very thankful to Jenna, who they now call Super Nanny, for saving their little boy. Not everyone would have been as brave. Some might have just run away to protect themselves. Sometimes, heroes don't wear capes. They wear a UPS cap or a nanny outfit. You get the idea. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.